friends, today we are going to get acquainted with an incredibly unusual animal from Australia. On the outside, it resembles a mix between a bear and a hamster, yet, like a kangaroo, it carries its young in a pouch. Interestingly, it also poops in cubes for some reason. So, let me introduce you to the cutest and most amazing inhabitants of the green continent, the wombats. At first glance, this animal might seem like just a large rodent. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Throughout the impressive span of 18 million years of existence on our planet, wombats have acquired a wide array of skills necessary for their survival and prosperity. While their abilities often appear to be quite unique, there are occasions where they can seem downright absurd. Wombats are primarily marsupial creatures. Interestingly, the entrance to their pouch is located at the back rather than the front, which might be expected when considering another marsupial from Australia, the kangaroo. Scientists have speculated that this particular anatomical structure serves the purpose of safeguarding the young from the dirt and dust stirred up by the activity of digging burrows. By the way, underground galleries can extend up to 30 meters in length, and they are spacious enough to accommodate a person comfortably. Wombats are regarded as the closest relatives to koalas and kangaroos. Currently, there are only 3 species of wombats remaining in the wild, with 1 species critically endangered. It might seem that these animals are no larger than domestic cats, but this is true only for young ones. Depending on the species, adult wombats can weigh anywhere from 20 to 45 kilograms. The largest specimens can reach a length of up to 120 centimeters. Interestingly, wombats possess a small tail that's barely noticeable. The head of these marsupials is quite large, and their jaw structure closely resembles that of rodents. Their front incisors continue to grow throughout their entire life and lack nerve endings, which means they are not at risk of experiencing toothaches. Despite their clumsy appearance, wombats are surprisingly fast runners. When in danger, they can sprint for a short period at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. They do not have to run very often, as they do not have many enemies. It is also worth noting that wombats are very cautious animals. In case of danger, they often take cover in their burrow, blocking the entrance with their butt. It will be extremely difficult for a predator to get through such an obstacle. After all, in addition to a special cartilaginous plate, the defense involves a thick layer of skin, which in this area is at least 1 centimeter thick. If a predator attempts to outmaneuver a wombat, the enemy will be firmly pushed back against the burrow's wall. This pressure will persist until the enemy either retreats or is crushed. An interesting fact is that in any uncertain situation, wombats instinctively start digging a burrow. Perhaps this is why they are born with large claws on their front paws. They use these to remove the top layer of soil, while their hind paws push the ground aside, much like a bulldozer. Wombats are regarded as some of the fastest burrow diggers among all animals. Their average drilling speed can reach up to 1 meter per hour. Once they finish digging, wombats clean the dust and dirt from their fur. Unlike other animals that lick themselves, wombats just shake off any unnecessary debris. It's important to note that wombats are typically nocturnal creatures. They may spend as much as 19 hours a day within their burrows. Being in the dark all the time has had a detrimental effect on this animal's eyesight. They are not blind, but they have to compensate for this shortcoming at the expense of hearing and smell. Therefore, coming out of the burrow, wombats first listen and sniff the space to be sure that there are no predators nearby. And to make sure that strangers and other wombats avoid their burrows, they mark the area around them with feces, and with great diligence. Take a moment to notice the shape of the feces. It's cubic, and this isn't due to any love of construction. It's actually all down to the structure of the gut and the process of digestion in general. Since the wombat mainly consumes grass, it takes him around 2 weeks to digest this kind of food. Its incredibly long digestive tract, which can be up to 14 meters long, has horizontal folds. As it passes through these folds, the cubic shape of the feces is formed. To all of the above, wombats are the world's second smallest animals in terms of water consumption after the camel. 22 ml of water per kilogram of weight per day is enough for an adult. Most of the liquid is taken from food, so feces become hard and dry already in the intestines. After that, nothing can change their shape inside the wombat. One individual produces up to 100 such pellets per day. Scientists assume that such a form allows feces to remain stationary in one place for a long time. Here's what you can do to assert your claim to territory. Females reach sexual maturity when they are 3 years old, but males mature a year earlier, at the age of 2. Pregnancy in wombats is quite short, lasting just 3 weeks. However, once the calf is born, the female continues to care for it by carrying it in her pouch for an additional 8 months. Only one cub is born at a time, making the care of the cub the mother's top priority, even when the cub has grown too large to fit comfortably in her pouch. Alongside their mother, young wombats can live with her for up to 2 years. Regarding their total lifespan, in the wild, it can reach around 20 years. However, here in zoos, there are some long-lived ones that reach 30 years or even older. Wombats possess a quite good-natured personality, they enjoy affection, and they are easily tamed. They can reside in a house and, to some extent, they can be trained. In Australia, they are sometimes kept as pets. However, when communicating with wombats, especially wild ones, you need to be very careful. They are fearful, not very intelligent and have, like many marsupials, difficult to predict behavior. Taking human action for aggression, they can, defensively, bite or inflict a serious wound with sharp claws. An adult wombat is quite heavy and strong, and can be dangerous even to an adult human. After European settlement of Australia, the range of wombats was greatly reduced. The reasons for this were destruction of their habitat, competition with imported species, and hunting of wombats. Now conservation programs for these animals are springing up, giving hope that the wombat population on our land will be preserved. And this issue has come to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos. Good luck!